Thank you so much. May I call on our friend here, Mariana, to share with us? Actually, I sent her some of our questions, and later on, if you still have some other questions, maybe we can ask her to answer it. Mariana, please take the floor.
Okay. First of all, thank you so much for having me. It is such a privilege. Never imagined that I will do this kind of conference and talking with people, and then finding new friends. And my English level is not perfect, so would you please forgive me? I hope that I can communicate well with you all so you can understand about the culture and contextualizations and everything. Um, yeah, my name is Mariana Olivia Tubagus. I'm from Indonesia. As you all know, my background, I was a Muslim before, and it is always God's way when I come into this such of point of life where I dedicate my life to be a missionary. And then as I read all your questions, it's you have really good questions. It make me think, and then because like when you ask me questions about India, because I just came back from India, then it's a little bit easier for me. But when you ask about Indonesian culture, because it is part of me, it becomes so normal. And then when you come with a question, I was thinking, oh, is that a question? So, I mean, like, being an Indonesian, asking about Indonesian culture, I was like, it is just part of my life, part of my daily life. And then I never question it. But then here you come with questions. So, yeah, but actually it's really good. Though make me see it with a different way. So one of the questions that you have here, like, does the culture of Indonesian influence the major religions practices? So first of all, I would like to explain, and this is a disclaimer actually. We don't have Indonesian culture. Indonesia is a name we use to name a nation. But then within the Indonesia as a nation, we have lots of culture. And then it's totally differ from each other culture. So when you ask me about Indonesian culture, I was think and thinking and then, oh, what is Indonesian culture? I don't know, probably in Philippines you have like so profound Philippine culture. But here, when I think about Indonesian culture, I cannot see somehow beyond my own culture as a Manadonis. Manadonis is one of the tribe in Indonesia, Minahasa. So when I would like to explain to you about Indonesian culture and to see with like around 300 cultures that we have, I think I will not do justice for this. So when I explain to you, mostly probably it will come from my own culture, and I cannot say it's a Indonesian culture, like generalize everything in Indonesia. So would you please understand my stand when I explain about culture here? So yeah, so so does the culture of Indonesia influence the religions that we have? The culture of each tribe or of each people group influence the religions that they have? At some point, I can say yes. Probably many, many years ago, the culture influence, we can really feel it in the church, in each religions that we have. But now, as the people learn more about the Bible, now they come into like more into Bible culture instead of the people culture. But then at some point, I can say we still have the people culture in the church, in the religions. As one of you asked me about the celebration of 1 year of what's it, the disease, how to say, when someone died, and then 1 year after you will celebrate. Actually, it's only not only everyone, not only 1 year after the deceased, the funeral, we have the 3 day celebration, and we also have the 40 day celebration, and then we have 1 year. So, and then it's happened in the church, in my culture, and then it is believed it's they say it's biblical because of Jesus resurrected on the third day, and then the 40 days, I mean, he ascended into heaven, and I don't know about 1 year if it is applicable to Bible, but then actually the culture that we have, this kind of ceremony that we have in the church, is rooted from what the people culture have been doing for many years, because we before Christianity came to our place, we are our ancestor, they are animism, help me. Okay, so they worship ancestors, so it is kind of uh, respect, showing respect to the ancestors. But then, when Christianity comes, the religion's belief comes, um, they took this culture, become part of the culture of the church, of the religions that we have, and then try to, how to say, uh, what to say, make it looks like religious, as they said about the 3 days is Jesus resurrected, and then the 40 days Jesus ascended into heaven. So yeah, I can say that at some point culture still affecting religious system, or like the ceremony that we have in the church nowadays in Indonesia. And yeah, the next question is, oh yeah, before I continue, so I'll probably, have you ever heard about Toraja? Toraja is a one tribe in Indonesia. So there they have one ritual every the from the house, from the funeral house to the graveyard, they will use something and make the deceased, the dead man, walk by itself. It, yeah, you believe it's not, it's like zombie or vampire, but it's a lots of people will gather and watch the ceremony. So there's one man will do like kind of mantra, and then from the funeral house, they will like parade, and then the deceased, the dead man, will like, I don't know how they do it, walk by itself to the graveyard. And then once a year, they will took back, oh sorry, when I said about graveyard, it is not buried under the ground, but they have cave, like they have big rocks, and they make holes, and they put all the dead man there. And also some, for some, they put it on the trees. They just put it, the dishes on the box, and then hang it on the trees. So each year, this is for Toraja, different from my place. In my place, we only have a celebration, but like we we eat together. But then Toraja, this one of the people group in Indonesia, they will take back all the bones and bring him back to the house, and then dress them with a ceremony, and then after that they will bring it back again. So like even Christian, they're still doing this.
Really?
So yes, exactly. And
Christians.
yeah, and because I don't know, it is, the culture is so strong. And then also for Toraja, um, there's few weeks ago, there's a video on Facebook is really viral about the, I think it's the Nigerian culture, how they bring the deceased, the dead man into the graveyard, like they will dance. Have you ever watched that video?
Yes.
Yes, you watch it, right? So it's
Yeah.
also have in Toraja. So,
Mm.
but then the what to say the what's the box, how you the coffin is not the coffin as usual. It will look like a house, and then the family will carry and they will jump. They will jump, and not only jump, they will dance with songs. And all the people also the same. They will dance and they will walk to the graveyard. So then that Christians will do that also. So I mean, yeah, each culture they're affecting the religions that they have. So yeah, hope that it answer your question. All right. So shall I continue with the next question? Okay. Next question is you and then ask me. I think I got mixed up all the questions. Second questions.
Did you randomly pick up the questions, Mariana?
No, no, no. I started from, but I didn't
Okay.
write down the question. So this was.
Okay. So what does your Indonesia flag communicates?
Oh, this is part of the history actually. So, um, we have a kingdom before. It's called Majapahit, and then they have a history with color. So red it's represent blood and stand
Mm,
for bravery, and then white it's a it's your bones. It's also your soul and represent and purity and peace. So the flag that we have. So when we gain our independence from the Dutch in 1945, so that was the first time they used our flag, red and white. But then it's not only talk about bravery and then purity, but it speaks about our declaration of freedom.
mm,
Because the first time we use our flag is when we gain our independence from the Dutch. It's in 1945. So yeah,
mm. Okay, interesting.
yes.
Okay, next question. Are the people in Indonesia receptive of the gospel?
Mm, this is it's a quite difficult question to answer because as
Mm-hmm.
you know, Indonesia is no, but then at some point, people are Indonesian people. We are like we can say that they're people person people. So we embrace people. When you come with something new, we can sit and discuss. We can talk about it. Um, when I said about this thing, it's generalized like for all Indonesian. But some people they are so how to say um, so strong with their own religions, and then instead of discussion, we will debate with them. So, but what I can say that Indonesia we are receptive to the gospel, and then that's why we have lots of missionary here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. How do the non-Christians in Indonesia respond to gospel being shared to them by the Christians?
Oh, when you say about non-Christians, okay, in Indonesia we still have people who animism, animist.
Mm, mm, mm,
So for these people, they still live on the mountainside, jungles. They are. so happy to hear the gospel. I went
Mm.
one time at one tribe. We have to walk almost whole day, cross rivers, climbing hills, mountains. It's almost whole days we reach that place, and there are only 10 families there, around 10 families with one of their chief tribe. So when we present about the gospel, instead of like they said, no, we don't want to believe your God, no, but then they have like a big question mark because they have experience like worshiping trees, rocks, rivers, and nothing happened. But then when we represent God, the one who created the heavens and the earth, it just blew their mind. And then they are so open. And then now, a few days ago, actually, I heard that the chief tribe that we evangelized last time has given his life to be baptized, and then the whole family become Christian.
Wow.
That's for this kind of people. But then for like those in the city, they are more with their intellectual. So yeah, we have more, how to say, we need to learn more how to approach this kind of people. Yeah.
I see. So there is a big difference of I mean, is there a big difference of the lifestyle culture from the city to this kampong people?
Oh yeah, so much different, so much different. And then if you ask me, I prefer kampung lifestyle, because
Tell
in the
them what is
city,
kampong is.
uh, kampung is village, um, rural area. So in the city, I think it's stereotype with, I mean, like all city urban lifestyle. I think it's almost the same. But then when we come to the village area, the, how to say, like the salt that we have in your kitchen is also my salt. I can just go and get it. Can you
Mm,
understand? Like
mm-mm,
usually, if you have to come from the front door, but in the village you can come from the back door. Like the family things, and then the, like, I know you, you know me, that kind of lifestyle that we cannot find in the city. And then the harmony that we have in the villages, that's more, much better than the city. So in my place at the village, we call it Pineleng. So we have what we call it oikumene, mapalus. We have mapalus. It's one of the tradition that we have. So for example, like, uh, I'm going, I'm about to get married, like for example. So so the villagers, like on the day of my wedding, they will bring food, like kind of like padlock. So they will bring food, and then and we eat together. So somehow, but then the next, if another person, for example, like one, uh, for example, when I got married, these people they bring lechon baboy.
okay.
So, so when another neighbor daughters get married or son get married, so I also have to give the same gift to them.
Oh, okay.
So, but that's what we
Very
call
nice.
Malpolis. That's what we have in the village. But in the city, it doesn't practice anymore. So,
Sounds interesting.
yes.
Mm.
Okay. So, another question here. Is there okay. It's already answered. Number 5. Does the culture of Indonesia influence the major? This was the one, no? You
Already,
answered
yeah.
first.
Oh, yes.
And
I get messed up.
okay. Number 6 is, what is the relationship of Indonesia and Malaysia having a common words in their bahasa?
Yeah. Actually, I can say it's not only Indonesia and Malaysia. Actually, in the beginning, Singapore also we have a same common language because we
Mm.
are come from Melayu root. We call it
Mm.
Melayu. It's
Mm.
a Melayu people.
Mm.
So and because before they speak Melayu, most of the people we speak Melayu. So that's why when we make our own language, so as I told you, we have lots of cultures here. We have lots of people groups. So if the government only take one language as a national language, then another tribe will be, jealousy and don't like. So they choose this language, Melayu language, that have been practicing or like people have been used in different islands that we have. So it's not only one tribe using it, but some of the tribes, most of the tribe also speak Melayu. So the government
Mm.
used this language and make it as an official language in Indonesia. So, but then I can understand when Malaysian people talk, they also can understand me. But some words we have different meaning
Mm.
because, yeah, of course we are different nations also, and then the influence that we have, for example, the invaders, they have a like from the we are from the Dutch, and then they Malaysia is different. So the meaning of some words is totally like little bit different. So Malaysia, I think I can say that for Sabah, do you know Sabah, right?
Mm.
We have Semenanjung and we have also Sabah. Sabah people, we almost similar our Melayu. But with Semenanjung or Malacca, it means the Kuala Lumpur area, totally different. Like they have their own accent, and then the meaning, most of the meaning, even the same word, but we have a different meaning.
Mm.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Just like here, some of your words also are the same here in Philippines. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I remember some. Selamat.
Salamat
Yeah,
is, for
selamat po.
us it's
Yeah.
thank you. But in
Same.
your place is it thank you
Selamat.
also?
No, we don't say thank you is terima kasih. But then
Mm.
selamat is mean like you are like safe, or when we said or good also. When we said good morning, selamat pagi.
Ah, okay.
Mm.
Yeah. And then I think that yeah.
Mm. Okay. Interesting.
Yes.
And some other words, I think.
Yeah, I forgot it.
Ah, okay. Let's figure out
Um,
that next time.
yes.
Number 7 here is there something you boast about your culture? What is it?
Oh, yes. I love things in my culture is the unity in diversity. So
Oh.
for me, as a Manadonese, if I go to another place, for example, to Toraja, I
Mm.
won't feel as a foreigners.
Mm.
Because our motto, Indonesian motto, national motto is we call it Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. It means yeah, unity in diversity. We are different, but we are same, but we are together. So
Yeah.
so that's what I really like post with my country. And then besides, I told you right, we have around 300 ethnic groups, and we
Mm.
have about 18,000 islands.
Mm.
For the UN,
18,000.
18,000 for the UN. The UN officially they listed only 14,000 something,
Mm.
but then by the data that we have last 2018, we have 18,108 islands.
Wow.
Yeah, and then
Um,
Indonesia is the number one largest archipelago. How can I say?
Archipelago.
Archipelagos nations. Yeah,
Mm.
number one, the largest one. Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
So yeah, we have the unity in diversity. Even though We are separated by islands, by ocean, by the seas, but I can go anywhere without feeling as a foreigners. Yeah. And then I don't know if you know that in Indonesia we have a different people. Like if from at the east side, we have people like Africans. Do you know this, right? Like
Oh.
Papua New Guinean people.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yes.
Yeah. And then if like coming here, we go Ambon, and then you will
Mm.
have like Black American people. And then
Mm.
if you come to Sulawesi, my place in Kalimantan, we kind of like fair skin with a straight hair. And then when you go to Java, you will have like darker, like kind of mixed with Indian color things. And then Sumatra. So we, even if we meet all together,
Mm-hmm.
we are all different. From the
Mm-mm.
fair color until the dark color also, even the
Mm.
hair types and everything.
Wow, why diversity really?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
How many ethnic language do you have?
That's the thing. So we, when you say ethnic, so I told you we have around 300
300.
ethnic
Mm-mm.
groups, yeah.
Mm-mm.
But
Do
then
they speak?
within the ethnic groups, they have also like sub-ethnic, and then somehow we
Mm.
can find they speak quite different from each other.
Mm-mm.
For me, I don't understand ethnic unless my own language.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Mm. Just the same here in the Philippines. We have different per region there is they have their own language. But
Yeah, yeah. Even
here
in, yeah,
we
Davao,
have
Johnson,
yeah, Bisaya,
Bisaya, Bisaya.
Ilocano,
Kay
Ilong.
buti-buti mo Panginoon.
That's Tagalog.
Oh, that's
Ah,
Tagalog.
ah.
Okay. Okay, mahal kita aja. It's Tagalog
Eh,
also. Ah.
Tagalog, yeah. Bisaya,
Kaun, kaun.
Kaon is Bisaya.
Bisaya, okay.
Ah. But as time goes by, we become familiar with those words. So,
Yes.
but some of the children, they won't really understand if it's in
But
another place.
you have to learn Tagalog, right?
Yes, that
Even though
is
you're.
supposedly that is our national language.
Mhm.
But we don't really call it Tagalog. We call it Filipino now. Filipino.
Oh,
Filipino, it rooted, of course, it rooted from the Tagalog words.
okay.
So we call that national language Filipino instead of Tagalog.
Okay. Wow.
because
That's new for
somehow
me.
because somehow there are other
Respond to us
yes,
question.
how about our students, our beloved students? Do you have any what is or what are the major religion in Indonesia?
Muslim.
Muslim,
Obviously, Islam, yeah.
Islam.
Yeah.
And are there any other aside from Islam?
Protestant. So we divide Christian into Protestant and Catholic. So we have
Mm.
Islam, Protestant, Catholic. I think we have Buddha and Hindu.
Ah, okay.
And now we have what we say, uh, what's the Chinese belief one? Yeah, we have six now here.
Buddhist.
Mm.
Bu,
Buddhist.
pardon me.
Is it Buddhism?
Buddhist, we have Hindu, Buddhist, and then we Confucian.
Confucius.
The
Confucianism.
Yeah, Confucianist. Yeah, we have that one. That's the main religions and belief we officially, yeah, in Indonesia.
Is it prohibited in Indonesia to share the gospel and in any part of Indonesia?
Nope, it is
Not prohibited.
no. But then the cost will be your life.
Dangerous.
Yes. I
Dangerous.
mean, yeah, they will just open, really. They'll just open. We don't know, right? The people's heart. Actually, they want to talk. They want to talk. I've come across with some people, they just want to sit while drinking coffee and then share the gospel. But then we just don't know. We might meet some people who are like activists of like jihad or something. We don't know.
So it's still dangerous to share the gospel anywhere in some area in
Um,
Indonesia. It's hard.
share at your own risk. But we should not be afraid, actually, though. We should not be afraid. So when
Doing
I
that.
believe in, yeah, we should not be afraid doing it, because um, it can be a living testimony, actually, life and death in God's hand, right? Our
Okay.
job is to do it, and then if God say it's not time for you to die now, even though you face the this kind of people, it won't happen. Because like if you read stories how this kind of persecution happen in Indonesia, there are lots of testimony, actually. I think maybe only Indonesian knows, like one. Is it okay if I share, right? Is it,
Sure,
even
sure.
though it's
Please,
live?
please.
Okay. So there's their family. There's I think it's in 1999 we have a big riots, and then many people kill Christians, and then it's one particular place, one family, one house. They were hiding when these people came into their house. They were hiding under the table. So they will pray like, Lord, please protect us. Lord, please protect us. We don't want to die now, Lord, Lord, please. But then these people just came into their house and then turned everything upside down. But then these soldiers, these people, see not nothing. They cannot see them. I mean, this is the testimony. I was like, oh my gosh, they cannot see them, and then they just left and then say nobody inside the house. Actually, they were hiding under the table. So this is, I mean, there's lots of testimony. If it is not your time, nothing will happen to you. So we should not be afraid.
That's right. Amen.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Are there any other connected topics there? If not, I will read the next question. Is there any other related topics from that? Okay, so let me read the other question here. Okay. Number 10. Where is the best place to eat in Indonesia?
um, this depends on your taste.
May balang
If
yata to.
if you like to eat lechon baboy with our style, we have also lechon baboy in our own style. You can come in my place. You cannot find it in Jakarta or in Java because most are Muslim. But in my place, we are Christians. If you like to eat spicy food, you can come to my place. If you like to eat sweet and salty, you can come to Jakarta, like Java. But if you wanna try also, if you wanna eat, so it depends. If you wanna eat snakes, if you wanna eat, let's say, bats or dogs, cats,
Oh,
all yeah, you can come to my place. You can search also in Google. It is well known. We call it the exotic market. They sell all stuff that is actually for some people it's like, oh no, I don't want to eat it. So yeah, where you want to eat
Exotic food.
depends on your appetite.
You want everything except the exotic ones.
Oh no. If you want to learn the culture, you should eat that one.
Okay. Who are interested of Indonesia? Okay. So is it true that you also eat snake there?
Mm, I ate. I ate snake.
Oh,
Ooh,
really? Oh,
But
it's
that's
good to eat. Yeah.
wow, interesting.
Yeah, actually, there's one story actually about this kind of food. Like, there's one tribe in Kalimantan. This is a mission story. So the chief tribe asked the foreigners, the missionary, if you eat our food, then we will listen to you because food is part of the culture. You eat their food, you accept these people. So in the same time, you accept the people. So the missionary ate it, and the whole village listened to his gospel. So that's a short version of that story. So food is a take a big let's say big it's a big opportunity for you also to share the gospel. When you eat with them together with snake, dog, cats, mouse, bat, you eat all together while eating it, and then you share this gospel.
Okay, interesting. Okay,
It's
another.
okay. I mean, just a saying. In my culture, they said if thank God. I mean, God should create Adam and Eve as manadonis because when they fall into temptation, they will not eat the apple; they will eat the snake.
Okay. That's Manadonist.
Adonis.
Manado
Yeah.
is just the nearest here
Yep,
in the
we can see
Philippines, right?
Palawan. We can
Oh
see
yeah,
Palawan.
Palawan. Hmm,
Oh,
yeah, Manado. You can see Tawi-Tawi, is it? Or
I
that's the
don't think
other
so. I
side.
think it's only Palawan. Yeah, the other side probably.
Ah,
But
Tawi-Tawi is
from Manado.
near Malaysia, the
So
other
maybe
side.
Kalima. Yeah.
Okay. Are there still non-literate group of people in Indonesia?
Um, I don't think so. But I don't know. When I check, we have a literacy rate is 95.66%. So I think almost all is literate. Yeah.
Mm,
Except probably those who are really in the remote area, like the jungles area.
mm,
Yeah, but most of the people they can read now.
I see. What can you say about the politics of Indonesia?
Hmm. I think you need to add more some into it. What do you mean with like politics because it's so wide?
Mm, when it comes to uh, corruption.
Um. Uh. It is not really. Um. How to say? Money still have power here. So even though people corrupt, but the punishment that they have, even though how can I say, even though they are in the jail, they're still enjoying their life. We have what's say what's the English word for that? Like the life they shoot the life of the corruptors' life in the jail in the prison.
Mm.
Their room is like a 5 stars hotel.
Oh, just same here.
So even though they are in the prison, they are still like have power
Mm,
in from inside the prison.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean I cannot say more.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Because before I saw some news before that
Hmm.
Indonesia is at the top belong to the top 10 most corrupt country. Same as Philippines, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, I think when we have a new president right now, he's trying to do better. But then what have been done many, many years ago, I mean, it won't finish all the tasks in just like 5 years. There are so
Mm-mm.
many. And then these people, they have power already.
Mm.
So they are in power. So yeah,
Mm. That's
it's
right.
really
Mm.
difficult.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There's somebody here. He's interested of India,
Mm-hmm.
and that is Chad. Most of his questions. Okay, Chad, can you ask your questions personally?
I watched the movie Candle in the Candle in the Wind. You watched that movie?
Candle in the wind.
It's about the missionary went to India and he saw the practice of Indian
Yeah.
people.
Mhm.
Candle in the Wind ba yun? Is that Candle in the Wind, Donald?
I kind of forgot the title, but yeah, I remember about the story.
Same, it's like that. They are practicing sati
Mm-hmm.
when the husband died. The the wife is
They
going
burn
to
together with the wife.
be born together with the wife. Do you know
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I do know that. And then that's one of the biggest questions that I ask my friends once I arrive in India. And then their answer is it is banned.
Uh,
So it is uh it is not legal for you to do sati anymore in India.
okay. No more
So
practicing.
it is, yeah, no, it is banned. But we just don't know those in the rural area.
Oh,
So sometimes, we don't know what they do there. So, but then as a national in India, they banned this practice anymore. Yeah, you cannot do
okay.
it anymore. Yeah.
And my other question about that is
Mm-hmm.
uh, mixed marriage, like dowry system.
Uh-huh.
I think it's still practiced in India, right?
Yeah, arranged marriage it's still practicing right now. One of my friend, her name is Lavanya. Actually, I asked her these questions. Why don't you want to have a love marriage? Isn't that much better? Why do you have like you depends on your parents to do arranged marriage? And then her answer is really simple. She said her parents more wise in choosing her partner because
Are
like
Christian
Christian.
okay? Are
Um,
Christian still participating in that kind of culture? Even they are Christian, they used to do the arranged marriage or
um, I don't know as a like the whole country Christian because I was in a certain place with a certain Christian, not the whole Christian. Okay, so with the Christian that I met, they don't practicing anymore. They don't do it because arranged marriage is connected with caste system.
dowry.
So yeah, Brahmin you cannot marry with this lower caste. So that's why sometimes children you don't know who is in your caste, you don't know who is in your family line. Like so that's why they are more. I'd say they believe their parents to do the arranged marriage. And about the dowry, um, I don't know. Actually, the dowry it's totally different with us. Like when we get married, the man will give us the dowry, right? So the woman will receive it. But in India, we women pay them. Like
Oh,
we give
Mm.
the dowry to the man's family. And then when you ask about the price, it depends. If the depends on the educations, depends on the family status, depends on the achievement that the guy has received. So the more educated person is, the more pricey the dowry is. So if you're
Mm.
like, and then if your families have a good name in the community, and then you're a doctor, and then you have like lots of achievement in your life, dang, the woman will be like bankrupt.
Oh, they have, alam mo na.
Yeah.
Mm.
But right now, actually, there's a issue from from the government. They want to stop that dowry because because of this problem, many the fetus, right? The baby in the womb, it's a fetus,
Mm.
right?
Mm-mm,
So
yes.
when they found out it's a girl, they will abort that
Oh,
baby
Mm.
because of that. Like when they think of for future, they have to pay for dowry. Then they are like the family prefer to have a son instead of a daughter. So right now there's an issue about the government wants to stop about dowry, and then educated more women, more families about these things.
I heard
Uh,
that
yeah.
that persecution is still happening. Church are
Where
born in some parts of India. That true?
Y- it is true. I think it's recent happened between the Hindu and the Muslim. I was in India right that time, and then I was warned not to go to the north side. And yeah, the press. I mean, I don't know. This is my own personal. I think because this is life, I need to save it. This is my own opinion. So, yeah, but yeah, it still happened.
Mm. Oh, that's sad.
But don't be afraid, okay? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
Mm.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Question.
Yes.
What will happen if that poor woman has no dowry, but the man
Dowry.
is so in love with that poor woman? Is there punishment in ano, your culture, in the culture? What will be the consequence?
My culture
In India.
In
or
the
India?
India, India,
In
India.
India?
Oh, in India. So, so as I told you, right? Dowry is mostly it's concerning about arranged marriage, but then about love marriage, it's gonna be a different story.
Mm.
But the thing is, so this is generalized. Um, Status is really important in India. I think it is like in the movie, right? The rich man love the poor girl, but in reality, even the rich man will not associate with the poor people.
Um,
So it's yeah, that's what I saw in the reality. I visit one slum area, and then this side on the right side is the slum area, and then on the left side all the big buildings of the rich people, their big houses, and then in between is only one small road, but both community never come across, like they never visit, so they don't associate. So I think it's only in the movie you saw those kind of things, but then if it happened, there will be less of persecution, probably will be happen because status, your caste system, and then um, but if you're a Christian, it might be happen because
Mm.
I believe the Christian trying not um, to see status anymore or like caste. Yeah,
Okay, thank you po.
you're welcome.
Question with regards to Indonesian's family culture.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, our Indonesian's family ate together Used to eat together. Used to eat together.
Yeah, and then with hand.
Mm.
Use hand.
There's no.
Yeah.
Uh, uh,
There's no
What?
utensils.
There is, I mean, like for us, if we, let's say, of course, we have certain kind of food that we enjoy more using our own hands instead of utensils. But then, of course, there's some food that we use utensils. But then mostly we will eat together
oh.
as a family. Yeah.
Are there extended family or
In the villages, you can see that, but in the city, most after you get married, you have your own house. But
mm,
in the villages, yes.
okay. Thank you po.
You're welcome.
How about Sarang?
I have a question po.
Yes.
What are the daily practices or customs that Indonesians practice? Like in Filipino, when you see your friends outside, we we use facial expression like this one. We tawag doon, ma'am? Yung tinataas yung kilay natin.
Uh,
Yung like this one.
Your
Wink.
eyebrows, your
Yes, like
eyebrows.
that. Or
Uh-huh.
like this sa mga bata.
Uh-uh,
Like that
Manas.
po.
uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Oh, we, how to say, as I told you, right? I cannot say Indonesia culture. We have a different culture. So, but then we have this kind of things we will put here. We call it salim. That's a showing respect, like from the younger to the older, or we'll do this one. And then for we don't talk with eyebrows. I think we will use hand expression. Like I think in Philippines you will use eyebrows and your mouth, like to point, go there, like right, right. That's what I like. You wanna signal someone to go that side, or like you use eyebrows or your mouth. But probably for us, we more into using hands. Like for example, um, some some culture. Okay, this is I don't speak like okay for the whole Indonesia, but some cultures instead of you like this, they will use like this. You both hand like this, and then your thumbs up, and then you. What do you want? So
Ah,
some culture using this one, it means that you cannot use it, but you have to use the whole like you have to open your palm and say, "What do you want?" Kind of. So yeah, yeah. And
What do you
then
want?
there's one, yeah, one actually for us from the other culture, we kind of like feel funny. We one tribe, we call it the people from Solo. They are their politeness is like in the very high level. Like for example, if you step on their feet, they will not say, "Hey, you're stepping on my feet." No, they will not say that one. They will say, "Sorry, sir. I think your feet is on my feet." That's what they will say.
mm,
They will not just like confront you directly. They will just say like, excuse me, sir. I think your feet is on top of my feet. So like, they will like this. Like their politeness is that's for us is like on a high level.
Mm,
Yeah, it's just a different culture, different expression.
not on confrontation, eh?
Yeah, they try their best to avoid confrontation. But for my culture, when you
You,
step on their feet, they will push you. Hey, that's yeah, it's totally different.
okay.
Yeah.
There's a question here from Ed.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually watching in our live stream because he cannot get into our Zoom. His
Mm-hmm.
question is, in Indonesia, how strict is the culture with regards to living together? Or maybe this is the cohabitation. This, so living together
Mm,
before getting married.
there's no regulation on it. You, because I don't know, unless the real okay, living together as not married, but then they have partner, or they are like both have no partner. What do you mean?
Both doesn't have partner. They are both
Doesn't have one, but they
single,
just live.
but
Okay.
they live together.
There's no like fine regulation for that. So yeah, if yeah, yeah, there's no.
How about the acceptance of the society with this kind of arrangement?
No problem. I don't know. I see as what I saw in my place. That the people just accept them unless if like both of them or one of them have a partner before, like have a wife or husband, then it's gonna be a problem. But if both
Mm,
singles and living together, I think they just don't care.
mm.
Yeah.
So, is this acceptable even before the old practices of the older generation?
Mm-mm, no, no.
It's
It
just
is
evolved,
just now. Yeah, yeah.
uh,
No, yeah.
modernized.
Yeah, I don't know how they think about it.
Okay. So, mm, there are other questions here from John Mark. John Mark. So
Yes po.
you listed some of your questions. Can you ask to Mariana directly, please?
Um, wait po.
Mhm.
Ano nga po? Wait lang po. Wait
Okay,
lang po.
okay.
Um, my my question is, what can you say about uh, if I will go to Indonesia, what will be your advice for me to take note or remember in order for Indonesians not to get annoyed or irritated with me?
Oh, so we Indonesian, we are a people person. We love to make friends with everybody, but somehow the level of your conversation based on relationship. So you might think
Mm,
if you are not that close with that person, there are certain questions you should not ask unless you are already like a good friend. Then you can ask them even anything. Yeah. So everything based on
are
relationship.
there hand gestures or some gestures that is not allowed in Indonesia?
Um, we if we see guys holding hands, that's already give a different signal. But if girls holding hands, it's okay. So
Mm,
Bakla.
Bawal makipag-holy ka diyan.
and some gesture is it I don't know. When I was with the Koreans, they play and then they will like push your hair, right? But don't do that to Indonesian. It means like you are really like look down on them. So never push their head. This is their crown. They are like yeah.
I see.
Yeah, that's why I think you still remember there's some problem we have in the ship because of the one of the Korean push one of the Indonesians and then he fight back. So don't do that. Yeah.
Even with the men, or ladies?
Oh yeah, I think it's much better. It's safe for you to push like shoulders instead of head. We can say even for children also. Maybe if you do it to children, they might not do anything to you, but if the parents saw it, you'll be in trouble.
I see po. Thank
Yeah.
you very much po.
You're welcome.
You
So,
have a question.
uh,
You
Yes.
said that men are restricted to hold hands in the public. Uh,
Um, I
is
mean, you can do it, but it's gonna bring like give different information to others who say it.
okay.
Like
So
we don't practice it,
are
but
you
then
speaking
like
in homosexuality? Are
no
you
no no no
or
not about it. But then they can do like shoulders, like you like this, but
Mm.
like with yeah yes okay you can do it. But then if you're holding hands, it's children might do it, but then if you're like teenagers and adult, we don't practice it. We don't do it.
okay?
John Mark still have other questions here as you listed?
Um, yes. Can I ask also the one that I not yet listed?
Sure, sure, of
My
course.
my question is are there also means of public transportation in the land like here in the Philippines like buses,
Jeepney.
minibus, jeepney? Oh, there's jeepney there. And how about bicycle? Are there bicycles also?
Mm, we have that kind of tricycles.
Mm,
Wow,
Yeah, but
bicycle, yes.
you have on the side, right? For us, they have in front.
Oh.
mm.
So when you sit, you receive all the dust and everything. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And then we call it ojek. It's motorbike, and then so
Ah.
only the driver and you. So there's nothing attached into the motorbike.
Mm.
So only two person. Yeah, yeah. And we have also minibus, and then we have busway and MRT. Yeah.
Mm.
When I said busway and MRT is in Jakarta, okay, the capital city.
Mm.
Yeah.
In Manado.
We don't have MRT and busway, but we have minibus, we have ojek, but we don't have. Oh, we have tricycle. Yeah, we have tricycle. Tricycle.
And you have rent a car.
Huh?
Rent a car.
Yeah, rent. Yeah, rent a car. Yeah, we do have.
So if you want to go around with your friends, so we
Hmm.
can you can get that rent a car.
Yes, you can rent the car and then the driver also.
But if somebody can drive,
Oh yes. Yeah.
yeah, I remember.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You came to Manado.
Yeah, of course. How come? So there's another
Sorry.
follow-up question here from Ed.
Mm-hmm.
He
Mm-hmm.
said, I just I have follow-up question from JM's question. As a foreigner that As a foreigner, what topics should you suggest for me to discuss so I can build rapport with an Indonesian? What topic should I avoid?
Hmm. It's always personal.
Mm,
If you ask about personal matter, and then I think that's not good. But then if you start with cultures, and then if you want to learn anything about the cultures of the people, and then I think they will be open. But once you, as I told you, we talk based on relationship. So If you're not close enough with that person, never ask about personal matter. Yeah.
Mm.
Even sometimes asking age.
Mm.
You need to have your own skill to ask someone's age.
Okay.
If you ask directly like how old are you, then they will try to avoid. But then if you say, oh, you look so young, I bet
Mm.
that you are like I bet that you are like 22, 23. Then they will say, oh no, I'm older than that. Then you can get, oh, okay, you are this.
Ah,
Yeah, you need to have a skill to ask a question, that question.
Okay. That's great. Same here. Especially to women. Don't ask their age.
Exactly.
Mariana, how old are you?
I'm 40.
Really? You don't look
No.
40. You look like 23. Come on.
No, I'm not 40, yes.
You look like 23 or 18.
I am 40.
When I first met you, you look like 18 years old. Really. Now
I
you're
have.
23. Okay. Mariana is still single. Amen. Ah,
Amen.
I'm sorry. I'm not so updated. Maybe she has a boyfriend already.
Uh,
Oh,
is it in the
I,
topic, huh?
yeah,
Is it about
yeah,
culture?
I'm just trying to understand your culture. If you will get offended with me or not.
No, I'm open. I'm open.
All right. Oh, you're open. Amen. Let me give me some updates of your life later. Okay, there's another question here about India. Oh, about the Muslim grounds. This is a question from I think Ed. So his question is here still with Ed. What caused you to consider doing missions in India? Okay.
It is God.
Hmm.
I mean, it's. I think it's. I mean, you are. It's a typical answer, huh? But that before I met you about Mother Teresa, and then when I watch, there's something burning in my heart, and I say, oh, I wanna go there. I wanna be and doing that kind of ministry in that place. I have no idea that that's Christian thing. And then I was a Muslim that time, and then as time goes by, like God reminds me about that desire again. Actually, a few years ago,
Mm.
and I just decided, Lord, then if it is India, make a way for me, because for me, Indonesian full-time missionaries, I have no means to just go there. I cannot just ask people, hey, give me money, I wanna go to India. No, Lord, if it is you, then I'm going. I will go. Then yeah, God provide for everything, and twice He confirmed to me about that. So I went to India last 2017 and 2019, and all by God's grace. All by God's grace. I don't spend any cent from my own pocket. All are provided. So I can say that's God. God is the only one who caused me to do these things. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, interesting.
Mm.
There's another question here from Ed. As an Indonesian with Islam background, have you had any difficulty presenting the gospel to Hindu people? If yes, can you specify some? How did you handle such difficulty?
Okay. As I told you, if I talk with the same background with me, they will consider me as a betrayal. But when I talk with these people, Hindu people, they will think, how come? What make you change? It even raised a question mark to them and then open a way for me to explain.
Mm.
And
Mm.
that's just a great way. I mean, how God. I mean, I even don't know. Like, it is. I found people talk to me, and then they were like curious. How come you like you become a Christian right now? And then that just boom. That's a God's appointed time, and I share how God changed me and how I see Him as as the only one true and living God. And yeah, that's a way for me
Mm.
to share the gospel.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. So I still have some students here who haven't asked question, like Clarence and our guest Isa. Do you have other question with you? Please type on the chat box or on
Ask.
our.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
As a missionary, what important things do you consider first before going to mission?
My family.
Your family. Your
Actually, whenever I go to mission, I first prepare my family's heart rather than my own heart.
family.
Because once I go, it means whether live or die.
Mm.
I mean, it's up to God. It's I'm ready for that, but I don't know my family. So that's I mean, this is my journey. It's always my priority is to to my family, like to get them understand. Even though probably it's difficult for them to understand, especially my mom. She has some trauma before I had accidents when I was in mission field, and then during this pandemic also I was still in India, and she was like, okay, you have to go back home right now. So that kind of uh it can bring trauma to your own family. So
Mm.
but then it is my job also to assure them that God is still in control, whether in life or death. My life is in God's hands. So that's always my priority. Before I go to mission, I will assure my family that even together with me to trust God for this mission. So they are also my partner in mission.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Wow. Are there any other questions? Get this opportunity. She's very expensive lady. Okay. Question from Clarence. I'm just curious. Are there Bible schools in Indonesia?
Mm.
A lot.
A lot.
There's a lot of Bible schools. But it depends on denominations also. Which one do you want to take?
Oh, denomination.
Yeah.
What is the major denomination there for Christians?
Uh, um, we call it Protestant.
Ah, the
Protest.
Protestant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Presbyterian have.
Yeah, kinda, yeah, Presbyterian. It's some mixed.
Hmm. Catholics. You consider them.
Catholics.
You consider them in the Bible
Um,
believers.
Catholic. Catholic. It's a little bit different. How to say? As a general, we think that they are Christian, but then prac- practice, in reality, actually, they are yeah different.
Different.
Yeah.
Roman.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are there any other questions?
How about
Ah,
gender equality?
gender equality.
Because you
Gender
are
equality. I think
men are equal, or men are far superior than women.
I think it's we need to see per case, not to generalize everything, but mostly we have a same equality between man and woman.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, in the family, a woman also can take the lead. Um, and then sometimes we see there's kind of a difference. The woman will go to work and the husband will cook. We can see
mm,
it here
mm,
in Indonesia also, yeah. So, but somehow we have a same equality.
Was that a practice before or it just evolved now?
Before I was born, I don't know, but
Very smart answer.
okay,
Okay.
yeah.
I saw a picture here. Mariana, do you still have
Hmm?
time?
Oh yeah, I have plenty of
Uh,
time. We'll stay
wow.
at home.
Ah, okay. So I saw one picture here. I want to show it, and then I'm just curious about the meaning of this. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What what does this symbol in Indonesia communicate?
Oh, this is the what I said about the u unity in diversity.
Mm-hmm.
We have those kind of this the eagle. That's
Mm.
our logo, right? And then the
Mm.
islands, the flag, and then that's the. I need to say clearly. Okay, that's the mosque, church.
Mm,
So
yeah, different.
the five, yeah, the five religions that we have, and then the two things, the sword, and then the
Yes.
how you call it? Uh, I I forgot the English name for this one. The kind of like like a toy
Mm.
wayang. We call it wayang. Uh,
Uh,
that one is like one of the our cultural attribute. How to say, like in Malaysia they also have this kind of wayang, but
wayang.
we just have a yeah the how to say I cannot explain it.
Mm.
Yeah, this is called the diversity, unity in diversity that we have in Indonesia, the differences that we have, the islands that
Mm.
we have. So yeah, I think that's what I think.
And this temple like, what is it?
Oh, let me see clearly. Um,
It looks like a
oh,
Chinese or
that's not a temple, but it's also a mix of a culture house.
house.
There's a
There's a
culture house,
cultural house. I see.
and then that's a Candi Borobudur.
Chandi
Borobudur, have you ever heard of
Muragodol.
Borobudur? The one on the left, like a temple, big temple under the wayang,
Mm.
This
and
one?
then in no on the
This
left, more left.
here.
Yeah, this
Ah,
one is it's Candi Borobudur, and
Chandi
then in front
Borobudur.
of Candi Borobudur, there's a one guy. Yeah, that
Uh-uh.
one. That's Papua people with the
Yeah,
traditional
yeah, yeah.
clothes. Yeah,
There's a feather here.
yeah. That's a how to say peacock. Peacock.
Peacock.
No, not peacock. What's the one kind of bird? Yellow color.
Ah.
That's the province bird.
Mm. How about this? What is this? Looks like a
That's why I
chicken.
said wayang.
Ah, this is
Wayang.
the wayang.
Oh yeah. So in the history, like they've been using this one. Like in the old time, we have like maybe in Western they have a Cinderella, they have a Snow White.
Ah.
So those times they will use this kind of like toys or like a wayang to tell
Mm.
stories. To tell
Okay.
stories, yeah.
Ah. Mm. For children. Symbols for
Not for children
children.
also, but now they're using like for everybody. Like if you have a open cinemas, like how to say, like on the field,
Mm-hmm.
like many people will come like before those times in the village, and then they
Mm.
will make a stage, and then these people will tell stories. Like
Mm.
we don't have a drama, we don't have movies those times, so they use these things.
Ah, I see. Interesting. Okay, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Okay, there's another question here, Mariana, from John Mark. Okay, he
Yeah.
was disconnected because unstable internet, I think. He's asking, how about, ma'am, the cost of living? How about the cost of living? Yan. How much money do I need to have in order for me to cope with living in Indonesia? Wow, I think he is really interested going there. What is the price of the food there when it is converted into Philippine peso? Mariana, you're familiar with the peso here, right?
But I forgot the rate right now.
Okay,
Um,
still the same.
uh, Still the same. How much is it?
Okay.
For 10,000? Like
Like
for ten
for
thousand rupees.
one US dollar is like
Mm-hmm.
50 peso.
$1 is 50 peso. Oh yeah, it's
Hmm.
similar. So okay, don't be surprised with the number nominal that I will say. We in
Mm.
Indonesia we have a big nominals. Okay, our smallest money start with 200.
Okay.
200
Oh.
rupees. Okay,
Uh,
so don't be surprised because like for your 50 pesos, it's about 15,000 rupees. Okay, so
okay.
it's for you. Maybe if you convert like 15,000 peso, wow, that's a big money. But 15,000 rupees, it's only 50 peso for you. And with 50 peso, like 15,000 rupees, you can buy one meal, one lunch,
Mm.
one lunch with rice, fish, and vegetables. Yeah,
15,000 rupiah.
yeah, with your 50 rupees.
What?
50 rupees. That's India.
Ah.
50 peso. Rupiah, rupees, peso. With your
Okay.
50 pesos, you can buy one meal, one lunch. Yeah,
Huh. Almost the same here.
Yeah.
yeah, almost the same actually, I think.
But in like the cheapest one is you can have that one meal for 50 pesos. Cheap.
I think
Cheap.
that's yeah, that's the cheaper because like normally we eat rice.
Mm.
So if only pangsit, it's not a meal for us. It's a
Ah.
side dish, yeah.
Ah.
For you, you can palabok, right? You can eat that
Yes.
one and then okay.
Ah.
But for us, we have rice. So many rice, vegetable, and fish. That's a normal for 15,000. Yeah, that's
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Laki.
How about
Yan.
the transportation?
Oh,
Taking the bus or
transportation.
taking the cab?
I think your place is cheaper.
I see.
Yeah, your place is cheaper
You're
because
you're
here,
comparing it with Jakarta, is it?
yeah, in Jakarta. But then if in Manado, it's like you're like around your 25 pesos, 20 to 25 pesos. It's only from my place to the city Manado, and it's about like 30 minutes drive.
Mm, that's
And
for
I have
the
to,
bus,
yeah, the minibus, yeah, minibus. We
minibus.
don't have big bus. It's only minibus. Big bus is only for a province travel. If you travel between province.
Uh,
Yeah.
I see.
So is it expensive? 20 to 25 for
Uh,
30 minutes ride.
mm, it's okay.
It's okay.
Uh,
Yes.
Oh, then that's the same. That's the
yes,
same then.
that's the same.
Yeah.
25 peso, it's like a 10 stations of MRT.
Oh, then that's it.
Uh,
This, yeah, cheaper. And then
mm.
I experienced myself. The food in Philippines is cheaper. Yeah,
Really?
especially if someone buy for you.
And last time you stayed in the marketplace, the
Oh
palengke.
yeah, yeah,
It's very
yeah. I
cheap.
live with them. Yeah.
Mm.
Yes, exactly. I miss eating the chicken,
Pang inasal.
lechon manok.
Lechon
Yeah.
manok. Mm. Anyway, so when you come here to visit us again, so we have lots of friends here. Maybe we can visit their
Yay!
places also. Are we
This is how I
welcome
like it.
to visit you guys?
Yes, ma'am. You can go to
Okay.
my place.
Last time I brought her to Cavite. And then I brought her to Caloocan City.
Mm,
Yeah. Hope I can visit your place again.
Of course, you're welcome here always.
Or maybe you all come to Indonesia.
These guys, maybe. These are young pastors, uh, Mariana, and I
Uh-huh.
think they are still really very much active in finding their and exploring their calling. I guess
Yeah,
so.
and I think as me personally, I experienced that when I do mission in my own country, not to say that they are like look down at you, but then
Mm,
when I was outside, you know, the the people like when I was in India, they listen to me. They even want to have a relationship with me, talk with me. Like the the opportunity to share the gospel. Even I have more when I'm outside. But then it depends on your calling. If you are called for the Filipinos, then do it. But then if you are called for the nations outside from Philippines, then do it. Take the
wow.
challenge.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mobilization, yeah. Thank you. Thank
mm.
you
Yes,
for
I
that.
am.
She's a mobilizer. Mission mobilizer. So Mariana,
Yes.
maybe my last question is for now is um when you went to India, you studied their culture at first, right? What is the, is there a big difference in reading about their culture and learning about their culture than going there and living there in
Oh,
India?
it's totally different. Um, for me, like if you read a culture, you cannot really get it because you come from a different culture, different background, and then you probably somehow when you read it, you have no idea what they're writing,
Mm.
right? Because it's totally different culture. But then once you be in them, with them, like living with them, talking with them, watch them, um, like closely, and then you experience the cultures firsthand,
Mm.
then you can gain more understanding. Like you will understand them more. You will even um you realize it or not. Even for me personally, I experience it. Even for me, I pick some of the cultures that have, and then without me knowing, I do. I practice it because when
Mm.
I was living in Chennai for 5 months, learning Tamil language. So when I moved to another city, And then they will say, "Oh, you sounds like Tamil people." You know what?
Mm.
What I take from them? Their accent. And then I'll be
Oh.
like, oh, like like you experience firsthand also the culture, and then there are more excitement meeting the
Mm.
people, learning from the real one, yeah, the real culture itself. Because for me, the culture is not about what they wrote, what they write on the book, but the culture is the people itself.
Mm.
So when you meet them, you talk with them, watch their life closely, then you can understand what you write, what you read. Sorry, what you read. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's interesting. Okay. So maybe this is the last question from Ed. He's asking about the employment rate of Indonesia compared to India. Employment rate.
Um, okay. Most of the Indian actually they go out from India to work outside
Mm.
because
Mm.
I think the employment rate there is so low. Even the payment is really low because
In
they have
India.
lots of people,
Mm.
lots of people.
Mm.
So I think Indonesia, even though we have lots of people, but I don't know, Indonesian people also we have lots of people also working outside. But then the employment rate I think much better in Indonesia than India.
Mm. Follow up to
Yeah.
that is, does the poverty affects your way of delivering the gospel?
Poverty. Um, actually, um, poverty also, yeah, it's open the way for us to minister to these people, to
Mm.
tell them about who God is. But that's also a problem. When I was there, I met a lady. She lived under the bridge. So somehow, sometimes we brought some food for them and then give them food so they can eat. The
Mm.
thing is, this poverty, um, they believe that poverty is God's way.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay, so they have a acceptance lifestyle. Then they say that okay, this is how God trusts me to live. But then, even though in the poverty, if I keep on doing good in my next life, I probably become rich man. Do you understand? Right? It's a Hindu
Mm.
mindset. Hindu
Mm-mm,
mindset.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So they believe in the afterlife. So there isn't like
Mm.
why I'm poor right now because my life before I was a bad person. That's why now I am poor. But then that's
Mm.
also a way for us to explain to them about life itself and about God's plan for the humanity. So yeah, that the reason why I can say these things because I live with them, and I watch their
Mm.
culture, and then
Mm-mm.
so through we when we learn the culture, we can find a bridge to
Mm-mm.
communicate the gospel to them. So yeah,
Mm.
Wow.
yeah,
Interesting.
Mm.
yes.
Okay. Any more questions?
Wala na.
Wala na. Okay. So,
Wala na.
tapos
Wala
na.
wala na.
Wala na. Ah. Okay. Thank you so
Salamat po.
much. Thank you so much, Mariana. We have a lot of
Oh,
learning.
thank you
Uh,
very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Because
having
at
me.
this class, we are really trying to understand that contextualization, trying to
Mm-hmm.
understand the culture, the language, and yeah, you shared lots of it. And
Oh, okay, thank
yeah,
you.
it
Yeah.
makes
So
us, I think, more interested to know more about this.
yeah, and I think as my closing, um, the more you learn culture, I think the more you will be challenged because I believe that we are called to be kingdom's agent to bring the kingdom culture, right? But then when we come into contextualization, we need to know how far we can go with the culture of the land. Because sometimes some people they are like too much contextualizations, they lose their own culture. They lose the kingdom culture itself. So yeah, it is good for us to learn the culture, for us to gain the understanding, but then we should never forget that we are also have the kingdom culture where we have to bring them, and then know that the culture is not our biggest enemy. So we don't have to afraid about it. We don't have to afraid to see the barriers that we have, the language, because once God call you for that, God will help you to accomplish the mission that He has given you. So yeah, that's from me.
Wow. Thank you so much. It's a very kingdom knowledge. Yan.
Mm.
So, thank you so much, Mariana. And for our students, I hope you're doing all your papers, and I'll be expecting you to upload those papers because the administration is already asking me for some updates from you. Okay? And Mariana, later I'll be asking your home address, so maybe we can I can send you something there. Yeah. It's a gift from us from
Visit
MBSD.
me. That's more important.
Really, but there's still COVID now.
Oh,
So
yes.
don't worry.
True.
I think these people will meet you also someday
Yes.
because we
Yeah.
have all the same, we have common grounds. Amen. For the
I'm
mission.
so glad. I'm so glad to partner with you all.
Wow. Yeah, glad to know that. Glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I can ask somebody to close us in prayer. May I ask Sarang to pray for the group, and please pray for Mariana. Mariana, do you have any prayer requests?
Oh yeah, my prayer request is I'm right now trying to envisioning my life because I really want to have a significant life. I want to end my race properly in the right time at the right place, doing the right thing. So this is the directions that I really need to know as I'm applying for Frontier Mission Department with YWAM Singapore. I also looking forward to go back to India. So to reach the one of the unreached people group there. So yeah, please pray for me that God's provisions, God's guidance, and then more clear confirmations from the Lord. Yeah, for this. Yeah.
Please pray, Sarang.
Okay, let us pray. Lord, thank you for this moment that we learned from your daughter, um, Mariana. Thank you, Lord, for the knowledge and wisdom that you gave to her, O Lord. Give us also understanding and learning that from our professor, Ma'am Jessica, and to all of us, the requirements that we need to do and we need to pass by next week. Also, Lord, we claim, Lord, to the provision and guidance to our dear sister Mariana. He live now in Indonesia. We need your guidance, so Lord. We need your vision and clear and give to her the clear vision, O Lord God. Thank you, Lord. In this moment, we pray and we hope that someday we will meet together and we will do the ministry that we you gave to us, O Lord. This is our prayer in Jesus' name. We pray. Amen.
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 Thank you,
Thank
Paul. Thank
you.
you very much, Mom.
Thank you. Yeah. Salamat po.
God bless you. Thank you so
Yeah.
Bless
much.
you.
God bless.
Yes.